lovely bunch of English-speaking people and you 40 viewers. It's getting there. It's slowing down a little bit. So if you're watching this video and you like what you see, please press on the bell and see if you can follow me on the next session. Today we're going to be looking at tagliatelle, done a little bit quicker than before, and the vegan version. Okay, so what I've understood is you can just do it with water. What I'm going to do is just add a little bit of oil. From what I understand, if you add too much oil, you might get it a little bit creased around the edges. If you see a little bit creased around the edges breaking up, probably it's not going to cook well. Okay, so today we're going to be looking into that. See you later. Okay, here we are back in the kitchen. Right, so I've got 500 grams of flour, which is about 200-250 grams of flour type 0, and the rest of flour type 1, just to keep it so that we don't mess this trial run up. Okay, I've obviously got a tablespoon, I've got oil, I've got a little bit of salt. They tell me the salt is going to help to keep it together a little bit. I've got 250-300 grams of water, and I've got flour to stop it sticking. I've got my cutting piece, and obviously this thing helps to scrape up the bits afterwards, whatever's left behind it you have to knead into the dough, and I've got my rolling pin. All I need now is my pinafore and we'll get going. Okay, right, so let's get going. I've just created a new logo, so I will be using that. I'll probably be getting a new pinafore to get that on, and obviously if anybody wants one, we will be able to get those out to you. Okay, so let's start with the flour. So again, hands like this. This is what I've been taught. So if you guys haven't seen the other videos, you'll now see exactly how to do it. So I'm not going to put everything in. I'm just going to start putting a little bit in, and then as it goes along, you start to bring in the sides. So obviously the water doesn't go everywhere. Obviously I'm not a professional, so the water still could go completely all over the place. I'm going to try and do it fairly precisely so that everybody knows exactly what I'm doing, if obviously it comes off well. I'm using olive oil, obviously because of the region that I'm in. There's quite a lot of it around, and it's not exactly expensive, but what I'm understanding is that even seed oil is just as good. Okay, you turn it round. It's a one-handed thing, and you tend to push it with your wrist. Okay, so all I'm doing is just turning it around and pushing it with my wrist, picking up everything underneath, turn it around and push it. Right, so that's it, the ball. Now we need to leave it for about 5 to 10 minutes just to relax. Okay, so 10 minutes after leaving it to dry, it's nice and thin. You can see it's a little bit transparent. All the edges are nicely together. There's a few holes, so you can see that it really is thin. So I've got no problems about cooking it because it's not breaking up all over the place. A few folds, can't really do much about that, and as I get better I think I'll probably not have so many. So there they are, the 3 pieces, all different sizes, all drying out at the moment. On to the next phase. Okay, almost finished. I'm going to get the first one that I started drying, lift it out. Okay, I'm going to turn it round so that I can fold it properly. As I think, if you can remember, we had to fold it more or less into the middle. Okay, again, more or less into the middle. Okay, you obviously don't need to be too precise about it. If you have one of these cardboard trays, I don't know if they've got them in England, America, whatever. Ideally, obviously cardboard, just because it will take out a little bit of humidity as well. You can put a normal tray on with some tissue or whatever, tissue paper, just to keep it dry. Otherwise, obviously, put a little bit of flour in again. The only trouble with putting flour in there might be that when you start to go to boil them, the water will all become quite floury. Okay, so if you want to impress your friends, okay, what you can do is lay it out in strips of around about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, depending obviously on the length. So you can decide a little bit how much a portion could be. So 6, 7, between 6 and 10, again, depending on the length. Once you've done that, just twist them a little bit and turn them into a ball. Okay, pick them up and put them on the tray. So now we're getting portions here. So after I've frozen it, or I can actually use it just like that and pop it straight in the pan to cook. Okay, so I have noticed a little bit of a difference between this and the egg pasta, so I'm interested now to see what it's going to look like or be when we actually go to cook it. But I will be tasting them both together so we can actually get an idea as to what they're going to be like. So probably the next video, if not the one after that, we'll be looking at which one's the best. Or okay, so that's the end of the vegan tagliatelle tutorial. Don't forget to press the bell button, subscribe if you can, tell all your friends, and let's see if we can hit that magic number of 1 million people. We're on 40, we're on the way. Okay, see you on the next one. Ciao. Go. Okay, right, so we've got vegan pasta and we've got egg pasta. It's obvious which one is which because the vegan pasta has got very little colour, whereas the egg pasta is very eggy. All right, so I'll whack them in. I've already put the salt in, and let's see what happens. We'll try it later. Okay, is in the pudding. Let's grab a little bit of this. Right, we know what that tastes like. It tastes wonderful. These, I must admit, I managed to get them a little bit more homogenic, but a lot thinner. So there is a bit of a difference here. Now then. Very different. This is a lot smoother. Which is a shame because it doesn't hold the sauce, but still very good. So I'm actually pleased with the outcome, but I have to admit, if I was to choose and I wasn't going down the vegan line, I would probably choose that. But saying that, this is a very, very close second.